Jamie, ... It's me, your dad. The man at my door said, his voice shaking like he didn't know whether I'd slam the door in his face or let him speak. I stood frozen, hand locked around the doorknob so tightly the metal bit into my skin. 20 years had passed since I last saw him, 2 whole decades since he packed his bags and walked out. And now, there he was, standing on my porch as though he had any right to show up. I'm Jamie Gardner. I'm 30, and I work as an engineer. My whole life, I've been trained to solve problems balancing loads, calculating angles, figuring out what works and what breaks. But the one puzzle I could never solve was why my dad left us when I was only 10. After he left, my mom, Carolina, pushed herself to the edge just to feed and shelter us. My brother Stan sank into depression. My sister Juliet grew up faster than she should have, trying to fill the void. And me, I built walls. I buried the pain. I told myself we never needed him. Until now. Why are you here? I asked, my voice coming out colder than I meant. He looked at me, his face marked by age and guilt, and for a moment he seemed ashamed. But then he sighed and took a step back, as if collecting his thoughts. Jamie, I just want to talk, to explain, he said, his hands twitching. I know I made mistakes, but I'm trying to make things right. I leaned against the doorframe, arms folded. Make things right after 20 years? Where were you when Mom couldn't afford groceries? When Stan needed help? When Juliet cried herself to sleep thinking it was her fault? His shoulders sagged. For a brief second, regret flickered in his eyes. I didn't mean for it to get so bad, he said quietly. I wasn't in a good place. Well, I replied sharply. Neither were we, but we didn't get the option to walk away from it. I stared at the man who once claimed to be my father, and suddenly the memories were sharper than they'd been in years. He didn't leave without warning. The weeks before that night had been filled with tension fights that grew louder day by day. Even at 10, I could feel the pressure over our home like a looming storm. They argued about everything. Money, bills, raising 3 kids. The fights started low, but always escalated. I'd lie in bed, hearing voices rise and crash like waves breaking through the walls. Paul, we're a family. My mom pleaded one night. We're supposed to face this together. I can't. Carolina? My dad snapped. Every day. It's the same stress. I'm drowning. I need space. What about the kids, Paul? She asked, her voice quiet but edged with frustration. You think they don't see this? That this doesn't affect them? Those words echoed in me for days. After that, my dad seemed distant, quieter. It was like he was already halfway gone. Then, one night, he came into my room. I was brushing my hair, ready for bed. He sat beside me. Hey, kiddo, he said, soft and gentle, like it was supposed to feel normal. I just came to say goodbye. Where are you going? I asked, confused. I'm leaving for a bit, he said, forcing a smile. I'll see you soon, okay? But soon never came. That was the last time I saw him until now, standing outside my house like nothing had happened. I tightened my grip on the frame, the memories spinning. He looked older, thinner, worn down by time. Part of me wanted to slam the door shut and erase him again, but another part, the part that remembered how hard my brother missed him, how Mom carried the weight alone, kept me rooted there. Why now? I asked again, my tone still sharp. Why are you here? He hesitated, rubbed the back of his neck the way he used to when he was unsure. Jamie, I know it's been a long time, and I can't fix that. I just want to talk, reconnect. That's all. I exhaled hard, chest tightening. I can't do this, I said, struggling to steady my voice. Not right now. He nodded slowly, gaze dropping. I understand. I'll give you time, but I'll come back in a few days. I hope you'll let me in then. I didn't answer. No nod, no head shake. I just watched him walk down the steps and disappear into the night, my thoughts in chaos. The moment I closed the door, I grabbed my phone and called my mom. My hands shook. My mind raced. I just needed to hear her voice. She picked up quickly. Jamie, what's wrong? He came, I said, breathless. Dad, he was just here. A pause. Then her voice, firmer. He came here last week. I froze. What? Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want to upset you, she replied, sighing. He said he wanted to reconnect. I told him no. Told him it was too late. Then what? He left, she said softly. But Jamie, listen, you don't owe him anything. Don't let him twist this. He chose to walk away 20 years ago. Her words should have calmed me, but instead, they stirred something deeper. He said he's coming back. Another sigh. Be careful, Jamie. Don't let him get into your head. You're stronger than that. I nodded, even though she couldn't see. Her words settled over me like a heavy weight. Was I strong enough to face this? I called Stan next. The unease wouldn't leave me, he picked up groggily. Jamie, has Dad come to see you? I asked, trying to sound calm. What? No, wait. Are you saying he tried to see you? He was just here. And Mom said he showed up at her place too. Stan exhaled hard. God, just hearing that makes me feel sick. What does he even want? Says he wants to reconnect, I muttered. The word tasted wrong. Stan scoffed. Reconnect. Where was he when we needed him? He doesn't get to pretend we're still a family. I ended the call and dialed Juliet. Hey, Jamie, what's up? Did Dad come to your place? I asked. She sounded surprised. No. Why did he come to yours? Yes. And Mom's. I think he might come to you next. Well, if he does, he won't get far, Juliet said, her voice cold. I've got nothing to say to him. He lost that right long ago. Her words echoed long after we hung up. A few days later, Stan texted me. Just 5 words. Can we talk? It's about Dad. When I called, he answered immediately. Asterisk, Jamie. I know this sounds insane, but I think we should meet him just once. All of us. Stan, are you serious? I asked, anger rising. One meeting won't undo 20 years. I know, but I can't stop thinking about it, about him. I need some closure. Don't you? I paused. Did you call Mom, Juliet? I did. Mom said no. Juliet said absolutely not. But I'm asking you. I don't want to do it alone. I closed my eyes. My heart ached with old wounds. Let me think, I said. I'll call you back. Okay, he said quietly. Thanks. After we hung up, I sat in silence, torn between the urge to protect myself and the pull of something unfinished. A few days later, we gathered at Mom's. The air in the room was heavy with tension. Mom sat in her chair, calm but firm. Juliet was stiff, arms crossed. Stan leaned forward, clearly trying to convince himself this was right. I sat on the edge of the love seat, unsure. Stan cleared his throat. I know this is hard, but I think we should just meet him. Hear him out. Mom shook her head. Stan, I've made peace with the fact that he left. I don't need to revisit it. Juliet glared. He doesn't deserve our time. Why do you want to see him? Because I need to know? Stan said, pain in his voice, even if he lies. I need to hear something. Mom softened. Stan, I get it, but don't expect the truth. People like him, they don't always give it. Juliet's face was stone. I'm not going, and honestly, neither should you. But if you're going to do it, don't say I didn't warn you. Stan looked at me. Jamie, will you come? I looked at Mom, her face worried. Then back at Stan. I'll go, I said quietly, but just to make sure he doesn't try anything. We listen, and that's it. Stan nodded. Agreed. Be careful, Mom said. He's good at getting into your head. Juliet said nothing, just shook her head. That night, my dad came again. I opened the door, and he stood there, hunched. Jamie, I know I shouldn't have come again, but please, one chance to talk. You can't keep showing up, I said, arms folded, but fine. Saturday, Brookside Park, 2 p.m. Me and Stan. Mom and Juliet won't be there. He blinked, surprised. Okay, I'll be there. Thank you. Don't misunderstand, I said. This isn't a reunion. It's a conversation. That's it. I understand. Thank you, Jamie. I nodded and closed the door. The days crawled by after that. No matter how much I tried to distract myself, my mind kept drifting to that meeting. What was I hoping to hear? An apology? An explanation? By Saturday morning, I was exhausted from overt HINKING. At 1:15, I picked up Stan. He was already waiting, pacing. You ready? I asked. Not really, he said with a nervous laugh. But I guess you're never really ready for this. We grabbed coffee to kill time. The silence between us was loud. What are you thinking? I finally asked. I'm scared, he admitted. What if this makes everything worse? I handed him his coffee. I've wondered the same. But we're doing it together. If it's bad, we walk away. He nodded. Agreed. At the park, we found our dad on a bench. His face lit up when he saw us. We sat across from him. The silence was unbearable. Thank you for coming, he said, voice quiet. I didn't think you would. We almost didn't, Stan replied flatly. So, what do you want? He winced at the word dad, like he didn't deserve it. I don't want anything but a chance to explain. I know I let you down, but I want you to know it wasn't because I didn't love you. Then why? I asked. Because it felt like you didn't. He looked at me with regret. I was drowning, Jamie. I thought leaving would help you all. I thought I was the problem. Better. Stan cut in, his voice cracking. You thought leaving us with nothing was better. I know now I was wrong, our dad said, eyes wet. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix anything, Stan said bitterly. We didn't get to leave, I added. We had to deal with everything you walked away from. Tears slid down his cheeks. I know, but I had to try. To say this, Stan stood. We didn't get to just think about you. We had to live it. I stayed seated, fists clenched. What do you expect? A sorry changes nothing. We figured it out. We don't need you. He crumbled. I understand. Stan said, softer. I wanted closure, but I don't need anything from you now. I looked at him. I don't hate you, but there's no place for you anymore. It's too late. He tried to speak, but said nothing. Finally, he just nodded. We stood, walked away, left him on that bench. On the drive home, the silence between us was thick but necessary. When I pulled up to Stan's place, he finally said, thanks for coming. I couldn't have done that alone. We did what we could, I said. He nodded, got out. Take care, Jamie. Driving home, the quiet followed, but it felt different now. Not heavy, just final. We'd faced our past, and now we could finally move forward. Asterisk.